Welcome to Gloucestershire. If you watched last week's video, it ended literally yesterday and we were just getting ready to head up here. We always stay in Mike's mum and dad's caravan when we come up here. I've said this many times before, but they have a cat, so I can't go into the house. The very exciting news, which is how I ended last week's video, is that I hit the next stone bracket. I think I was like X, I'm not telling you the actual stone, 13.8. So I was just under it, but the scales haven't said that for 6 years. We had an Indian for dinner tonight and I had a starter and tried to track it as much as I could through MyFitnessPal. Sometimes it's really tough. I haven't brought my scales with me, but the plan is to just get to be as good as we can be and to make healthy choices. It's, I think, 6 weeks till we go, maybe even 5, and I think it's 5.5 weeks till we go to Malta. So that's only 5.5 weeks. I don't want this half a week to have an impact. I don't want the scales to say the next bracket out when we go back. So I'm going to try and do some walking, get my movement up. That food has literally instantly bloated my face, but it is what it is. The rapeseed's coming out. I'll catch up with you again in the morning. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but maybe something fun. Good morning, happy Sunday. We are driving to a garden nursery because that's where Mike's mum wanted to go. Got a little bit of sunshine though, which is nice. It's blowing cold up here. The difference between in Gloucestershire and in Devon is insane, like the difference in temperature. We never noticed it before, but the longer we stay in Devon, the more we notice it. I want to just say that every single time I eat something that is a takeaway or is like a meal out or any of that stuff, it affects my recovery the next day so much. Like, I went into yellow recovery, I feel bloated. I was saying yesterday my face feels bloated. So it really shows the impact it has on my body. How did you feel this morning?
No, I completely agree. I haven't spoken to you about it, but no, I feel the same way. Just feel a bit low. I had a bad stomach this morning. I think it's just we haven't had it for a while, and yeah, it's crazy how it does affect the next day and just how you feel as well.
It is, it's not great. But I think you have that like moment of nice food, but that's so full of rubbish that then afterwards your body's like, what the hell are you doing to me?
Yeah, it's just like a shock to the system.
It is, yeah. Anyway, we're going for... I'm really trying to avoid eating out. A, for this reason, and B, because it's just so difficult to track your calories when you're eating out. But Mike's mum and dad wanted to go for breakfast, so we're kind of going to a cafe, to the nursery, and then seeing where the day goes. We're also having a roast dinner today. It's like a chunky day of food.
Probably won't have much in the cafe, to be honest.
No, should we share something?
Yeah.
Okay, let's share. This would be a great location to film that accidentally Wes Anderson trend right now. Look at this. It's even better this way with the doors. If you want to be Wes Anderson style.
Okay.
Found myself at a sunny spot in the greenhouse. Look at all the colours. Oh my god, these blue ones. In love with the plant section of the garden centre. Another one. Look at this place. An absolute carpet of marguerites. Wow. Look at this. How have we never been here before? We literally live down there. It's very nice when the sun's out, isn't it, honey? We're going to the cafe. We had to put our coats on because the sun's gone in. She had a tuna melt. Actually, the thing that I have noticed is because I'm eating this, I get full up much quicker. So, a third of a tuna melt, I'm good till dinner. Apparently, this site is of ecological value, and it's from the Iron Ages. Like, this is what it would have looked like. Wow. 5,000 years. Well, they must have marked it out, that's where the house was. Look at the view. These people are fitting in with my accidentally Wes Anderson theme today, wearing their what they're wearing. They fit in with the accidentally Wes Anderson theme. I can't believe that this was literally a settlement. It's crazy.
Maybe asleep in that car.
Can't see the cars, but we can hear them. All the bike tracks. You can see the ski slope. It's massive. Never got me this little guy from the shop. We've named him Heath the hedgehog. Mike wanted Keith, but we settled on Heath. Isn't he cute? I have been... Oh, look at our big bottle of water behind, because I don't drink tap water. I have been editing YouTube videos because I think I'm finally up to date with them. I'm editing last week's. So I literally finished today, and we have another 2 scheduled all ready to go. So I think you're about 3 weeks behind, but I'm up to date on editing. It's great news. It's just starting to rain here. I love the sound of the rain. And Mike's got the roast dinner cooking. The roast dinner thing's tough. Like I said earlier, and he just came in and was like, oh, we're having the most amazing... Let me put you on here. We're having the most amazing... wobbly... cauliflower cheese. He was just like, oh my god, we're having the most amazing cauliflower cheese. And I was like, oh no, please don't tell me that information, because Mike's cauliflower cheese is like the best in the world, but it's got cream, 2 types of cheese, butter, like it's so calorie loaded. And he said, can't you just try some? That's really tough for me, because I'm so... Doing this is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I cannot tell you that doing this diet, calorie deficit, at a level that I'm doing it is easy, because it isn't. And there's days where you just want to dive headfirst into a chocolate cake. But that feeling for me is going to be temporary. Whereas I know that in 5 weeks, when we go to Malta, I am going to feel a certain way for a full week. Therefore, I am choosing to have temporary dissatisfaction right now over the cauliflower cheese, compared to a week's worth of feeling rubbish about myself. And yes, I have done so well so far. I haven't told you this yet because I was going to leave it for another video at some point, but I'm just going to tell you a little bit of information, and then I'll do the grand big reveal at the end of the 15 weeks. I am now 2 stone 8 pounds down from my very highest weight, which was obviously not in February, but 2 stone 5 pounds 2 stone 8 pounds down from my very highest weight, which is like insane. I'll see if I can put a picture here of what my face used to look like. Emie now, Emie then. Then the other thing, since I started this, so we're on week 10 now, I think. Yes, because we're going 5 weeks, so this must be week 10. So since we started this, including the little gap in the middle that I had a month where I just didn't try hard enough, I am down 1 stone 6 in 10 weeks. 4 of those weeks, I'm going to say I wasn't even trying. I didn't lose weight for 4 weeks, and I'm still down 1 stone 6. So I know that if I put the work in, I put the effort in, and I haven't been doing enough exercise. This is without exercise. This is just a calorie deficit. I've got polycystic ovaries, which does make losing weight harder, so I probably am doing a bit more of a strict calorie deficit than I maybe would recommend. I'm on no form of weight loss tablets. I haven't had any weight loss surgery. I'm just doing it with calorie deficit. That is it. I know that in 5 weeks I can get to a point like where I feel so great about myself that I have put all this effort in and I have tried really hard, and I know that mentally I'm here and I'm healing the relationship with myself. I'm proving to myself that I am committed, that I'm not a failure, and that I am worthy. So cauliflower cheese sounds, swear word, amazing. I will get a flag if I swear, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. If I have one taste, I know for me that I'm not going to be able to stop myself eating more. So I have to stop it before it gets to that point. It's really hard because if you are in a category, a BMI, where you're just overweight, or like just into the overweight category, or you're in a normal BMI, then, or you have a body, it's really, you have to just be really cautious what you say here. If you have a BMI that is in a normal weight zone, or it's just slightly overweight, then I think what I'm doing is too extreme. If you are like me in the obese category, because you cannot deny looking at my body that I'm in the obese category, then you do have to make some choices, and sometimes food has to be a choice that you don't make. It's always been really hard for me because I've always been through this process where I've proved to people that it started in my teens when people were questioning if I had an eating disorder when I wasn't eating dinner or I was trying to lose weight. And I wish I could go back to Emie then, and it was Emma then, if I could go back to Emma and say to her, girl, you're beautiful, like you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to, just because you're not eating dinner one night doesn't mean that you've got an eating disorder. It means that you're not hungry, and you need to listen to your own body's cues, and you need to understand that you need to eat when you're hungry and not eat when you're not hungry, and just eat good healthy stuff. Like, I wish I could go back and explain that to myself now. I wish I could go back and say PE isn't the enemy. PE is just teaching you how to move your body. I wish I could go back to myself and say what you're actually doing is developing a different type of eating disorder by constantly trying to prove to people that you will and can eat whatever you want, because you get to a stage where you eat so much that you become unhappy. And that's why I hate the phrase, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. I have rebelled against that sentence so much that I've pushed myself into a place where I am unhappy. So occasionally I now have to say no to cauliflower cheese, even though it's one of my favourite things, because I know I will feel better in Malta if I don't. TED talk over. Look at this chicken.
Yeah, cooked in the air fryer this for an hour.
Nice. What else have we got? mash, carrots, broccoli. We have to eat in the summer house because I can't open the door with one hand because of the cat, so it's raining. Quick dash over to the summer house. Good morning. What day is it?
Monday.
Happy Monday. We're in Burford today, just for something to do, a little wander around, get some movement in, because I'm going to London tomorrow. Walked all the way down to the water's edge to look at the duckies, but there's only two, and a broken bridge. Wonder if we can get to, what about that side of the bridge? That side of the bridge.
No. I can have a look. I don't think.
No, but there's this damn nice house.
I like that porch.
It's a nice porch and a nice garden. We're being tourists looking in people's houses, which we used to hate people doing to our house, didn't we?
How old do you think that is?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know, or are you just saying?
Oh, it's the early 1700s.
How do you know?
Because I grew up here and I know the history.
Mike, tuck your shirt in. Tuck it in your trousers.
I wish that you would. Take your shirt.
It is recording.
God damn it.
Mike was trying to be accidentally Wes Anderson here, look. How pretty the churchyard looks. Oh my gosh. How good does that look? We found a fossil section. This fly is 180 million years old. Fossilised as a shrimp. There's an insect. This fossilised 240 million years old. I have no words. We're getting older. 420 million years old. Star fossil, imagine. Wow. Predates animal life on Earth. Oh my god. I now always get, help, water whenever we come out. I mean, Mike calls me a fish anyway, but water is. Oh, lunch was nice. I had a salad that was listed as 79 calories, but I'm not entirely sure it was correct, if I'm honest with you. But I like it when they put calories on, because at least you can make an informed decision. But we are going out for dinner again tonight. Good morning. Let's turn the radio off. I'm going to London today. Yesterday we went out for dinner and I had something that I thought I was going to really like, and the calories were good, but it was really rubbish. Luckily Margaret, Mike's mum, doesn't really eat much. We're off. So she only ate half of hers, so I ate half of mine and then I ate the other kind of half of hers. So yeah, that's what it is. It's actually the start of next week's vlog, but I'm just quickly ending this one. I've had a bit of a rubbish week, not a rubbish week really per se, but I've had a few days of not eating great. I don't want to attach an emotion to it, and like good and bad is emotions, but I've had a few days where I've gone over my calorie limit. What are you doing back there? I've had a few days where I've gone over what I choose to be my calorie limit. And it's resulted in me not actually losing any weight this week. So that's where we've ended up. It actually started while we were at when I went to London, because we did a whole like sample testing of like biscuits and chocolate and things, and I have a very addictive personality, and once that sugar was in, I was very much hooked on the sugar. It had its grip around me again, so it's taken me a few days to get over that. Anyway, starting video today, we're going to Crabfest. I'll see you back here again next week. Now.